My analysis for this poem is I basically start with like thinking, how they have a dream, right? We all have dreams, and I'm kind of basing it off of like a thing we learned a long time ago when we were reading another book. And it's like how, we all have dreams, and it's really what happens to our dreams, like either they fester or they rot, But here we can see how it kind of just festers and like it never happens. It just sits in the pit of their hearts. But here I show how, George loved Lenny. He wasn't the brightest, but he was pretty bright, for what he did for farm work. And it shows how they wanted to get hired, they wouldn't back away, they would work hard. And then they got hired, and the swamper, he told him he could lend a hand and gave him a stack, and they let him join him, and the dream was only a month away because they just had to work till the end of the month to get their money. And then the sun was up and the men were playing horseshoe, and the friend was sad, which is Lenny, and he was sad because he killed the pup and he had a thing of death, right, as it says right here. And as he sat in the barn, Curly's wife, the swallow, flew in, escaping the cage, the house that she resented. And she found in the barn Lenny, who she could talk to about all of her dreamless life and how just she was just sad most of her life and it was just boring. And the dreams they both shared, they could kind of relate in a sense at that moment because Lenny, he was scared. He's like, my dream's gonna just disappear, it's gone. And she felt the same way too. The swallow, her feathers, she lent to the friend when she let Lenny touch her hair, And he touched them and he started getting excited and he yanked it and she was getting, she was upset and started moving a lot and making noise. And Lenny, of course, he cracked her neck and was quiet and he knew that he did a big mistake, Although he is, we know he has a mental illness, we still do realize that it was a crime he committed, nonetheless. And we can see that his only option, really, in that case, is to run away, since the legal system back then was not the best. They would just lynch him. When people found her body, like Curly's wife's body, they were, of course, angry. They all went ahead to search for Lenny. And the man, on the other hand, George, he knew where Lenny was, He told Lenny where to go if something bad were to happen. As he reaches Lenny, we remember how he tells Lenny about the dream that they had, and he didn't want Lenny to be sad, and he knew that like they have no place left in this city, that area. And so as his last choice, option, he clicked the hammer, aimed ahead, and peace and love, the friend was dead. And it really shows kind of like how George, he loved Lenny, and he felt that this is like the best he could have done, it was his last option. And I mean, I can really feel the emotion, how George just, he didn't want to do it, but he just knew it has to be this way, or like, there's just not a choice. They're just gonna keep running and eventually maybe get caught, because, yeah. I mean, that's basically it for my poem. I hope you guys enjoyed it.